dudes, I'm Hilah, and today on Hilah Cooking, we're doing an old-timey American classic chicken pot pie. And I'm really excited because this is actually the first recipe we've ever done on Hilah Cooking that has marijuana in it. And, what? There's no pot in it? There's no pot in chicken pot pie? Who names this thing? Okay, well, I guess I'm already, okay, well, we'll just make chicken pot pie in a pot, I guess. That's why this is ridiculous. First thing to do is we're going to make our creamed chicken filling. You can also do this with turkey. I just used a whole chicken that I cut up and then boiled for about an hour in 4 cups of water and then just shredded it like this. Just some butter here. All right, I'm going to add my vegetables now just to get them a little bit softened up before it bakes in the oven. And I've just got onions and celery, carrots, and an ear of corn, just fresh corn, that I cut off the cob, and I showed you how to do that in the quinoa salad video if you need to see how to remove the kernels from an ear of corn. Okay, so once the onions are just starting to get a little bit translucent, we can go ahead and scoop them out into a bowl. And you could probably skip this step if you cut up your vegetables really, really small. They'd probably cook just fine in the oven without this little head start, but that's up to you. A little more butter in the pan for our roux. So, okay, I said little. It's actually not a small amount of butter. I will grant you that. All right, so once your butter and flour is totally combined like this, and it's smelling a little bit nutty like cooked flour, you can go ahead and add the stock. And this was just the water that I boiled the chicken in. And a lot of people say that if you add cold water or whatever to hot roux that you won't get lumps, but I find that the surest thing for me is just to whisk it a lot. Let's just see if I'm proving myself wrong right now this very second. Beautiful. Okay, once all of the liquid's incorporated and you have a smooth sauce, and honestly, you really should do this in a large pot. I'm using a skillet because it shows up better in the video so y'all can see what's going on in here, but you can see I made a huge mess. So a big pot would actually be way better. And I'm gonna season it with a little bit of salt and pepper and dried sage. Sage is an earthy kind of thing. I use it a lot in bread stuffing, cornbread stuffing. All right, and I just turned the heat up to high. I'm just gonna get this up to a simmer and then it'll thicken up really well. Okay, look, this is getting nice and silky smooth, nice and thick. I'm gonna turn the heat off and just let it cool for a little bit while we move on to our pastry dough. I've got here some pastry dough that I already made up. I have a video on how to make your own pie crust. You can check that out, but you could also buy one, or some people will even use biscuit dough. I'm gonna do a 2-crust pie today, so I'm gonna use the pie crust because that works better if you want a bottom crust also. And whenever you're rolling out, it's easier to get a round shape if you start from the middle and work your way out to the edges. And just keep turning it to keep it from sticking and also to try to keep it as round as you can. Okay, that's pretty round there, and I've got a standard pie pan. I really should be using a deep dish pie pan, but so whatever. I'll probably have a lot of filling left over, but that's fine. And then just kind of use your rolling pin to help you get it in there and pat it down. If there's any little hangover edges, just pull those off and we'll add them to the other half that's gonna go on the top. Okie doke. And now while I've got my floured board all still here, I'm gonna go ahead and roll out the top crust. And for this, I'm going to attempt to do a lattice top crust. I've never done one before. It might turn out hideous, but I sure hope not. So I'm just going to kind of roll this into more of a rectangular shape. Just pizza cutter. I think this will work good. So I'm just going to cut this into like 1/2-inch strips, I think. I think that's 1/2 inch. I really don't know. Let's see if this works out for me. Let's see if the gods are willing. All right, and now I've got my little guy. So I'm just gonna start out with putting like half of these fillings in here. So, well, that's cute. Some chicken, a little bit of parsley, and I think I'll put a little more vegetables on top so that the color shows through my little lattice thingy, and it'll look real cute. Okay, cool, don't wanna fill it too much, because we got to leave room for our chicken sauce. Okay, beautiful. And then let's see how people do this. So, you know, I don't really know what I'm doing here, so don't judge me too harshly. All right, that's not half bad. It's not the most ugliest thing I've ever made. And just want to tuck the little bits around. I'm actually going to build up the edges a little bit with the extra pastry. All right, and now since it is a little janky and hobo looking, I am going to brush it with a little bit of milk, and that's just going to help the pastry crisp up and get really brown and kind of shiny. You could also use a beaten egg, but since you're only going to use like a tiny bit, it always seems like kind of a waste to me to use a whole egg for something like that. And this is totally optional. It's just going to make it a little bit prettier. Looks fan-chicken-tastic. I'm going to put it in the oven now for about 30 or 40 minutes. Pie's done, dudes. Oh my God, it smells amazing. It's like still bubbling though. It's so hot. It's molten. So I'm going to let it cool off before I take a bite. But I hope you try this recipe. It is just such a great comfort food. I've been getting a lot of requests for some fall recipes, so I hope you try this one. I think it would make a great, nice kind of fancy dinner some night for your loved ones and your family. And I wish you could smell it. All right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, click like, and favorite, and all of those things. This is my new dance. I should never do this again. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Pot pie, yo. No weed, though.